This scene takes place on page 88 of the novel, right after chapter 13.
Right after Henry arrives at the hospital, waiting on bed rest for the doctor to arrive.
I woke for good long before it was light and heard roosters crowing and stayed on awake until it became light. I was tired, and once it was really light, I went back to sleep again.
It was dark wherever I was now. I thought I was back on the front fighting, but I saw that I was nowhere near any soldiers or guns. I was in a courtyard. I turned to look around me and noticed Catherine by my side. She grabbed my hand and started walking. It was raining as Catherine led me down a rugged path. The rain came down hard. It became difficult to see through the misty fog the rain caused, but for some reason I trusted her.
Isn't this a grand courtyard? Do you remember what I told you when we first met? Didn't I tell you we'd have a strange life?
Yeah, you were right. I guess we can't have a normal life in the midst of this.
We walked on down a now grassy path that led to a large secluded area. All I noticed were large life-size salt pillar statues that seemed as if they had just been frozen in time, as if they had turned back for the last time to see the destruction of their city. Some had dry skin all around their mouths and large glassy eyes that seemed to sink into their sockets. They seemed like those men who had died of cholera last year. Still, as we walked on, I saw that many statues were broken, some missing arms, legs, and other body parts. Among the men I recognized Pacini. He was one of the broken statues. He was missing both his legs. Next to him was a small statue, one that looked like a baby. But I did not recognize it. The statue next to the baby looked the most familiar. I stared at it for a while and suddenly realized it was Catherine. I turned back to look at her beside me. She was still there, smiling.
What's going on?
What, darling?
Why is there a statue of you?
Why isn't there one of you? It seems that many other soldiers have one.
I don't know. Don't you wonder why there's a pillar of you here?
Not really. As long as I'm with you, I don't really notice anything else.
I knew I wouldn't be able to get any answers from her. She simply stood there, smiling. She looked beautiful. It was wet and dark, but she still looked beautiful. The statue that looked like her almost seemed real, as if every eyelash and strand of hair were identical to that of the real Catherine standing right by me.
Why is there a baby here? Babies only complicate things, don't you think so, darling?
Yes, you're right. But after this war ends, we can start a family and have a chance to live a normal life.
Yes, darling. Anything for you. I'll be a splendid wife for you.
I know you will. We'll be happy as long as we're together. You're the only thing that matters to me.
I promise I'll be good and stay by your side. As long as I can help it, I won't ever leave you, darling.
It was strange seeing Catherine alongside a row of fallen soldiers, as well as right by my side. They were all so still. It made me uncomfortable, and I wanted to leave. I wanted to grab Catherine's arm and run. But at that moment, the thunder roared and a flash of lightning startled me out of my dream. I woke once again, sweating and scared. I was still in my bed in my dirty bandages. I reached under my bed and grabbed a bottle of Vermouth. I desperately needed to calm my thoughts. I was afraid to go back to sleep. I didn't want to fall back into another nightmare. But it was still pretty early, and I was still tired. I thought about Catherine and Rinaldi and the priest as I kept drinking. But I was eventually overtaken by the sleep that had so heavily been pulling me.
Who was that? Why are you laughing?
Now, start walking. I didn't get that.
What are you doing? You're ruining your house.
She grabbed my hand and I started walking. It was raining. She put me down on my
The ground is very unstable.
Would you do that if we did this? You put this in the video. It's not, it's like, it's a video.
The video? Yeah.